and welcome to the Puck Drops Here podcast. I'm your host, John Crawford, along with my brother Howie here for episode number 35. And Howie, we are in deep of the first round now for the Stanley Cup Playoffs. How you doing?
After last night's game, not good. That was god awful ugly.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but we'll get.
I'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get there. What else has been going on?
Work more or less, pretty much about it.
Yeah,
and that's work.
Yeah, I hear you. I've been doing the same thing. It's been busy.
Yeah. My only interesting little story of the week actually comes from Brendan,
our producer of the show.
Yeah.
Who does no producing whatsoever. He's just a producer.
He just has the title.
Yeah. Here's the
title. He is in charge of, which hasn't been exposed yet. He is in charge of choreography for something else.
Oh, okay.
That'll pop up eventually.
Yeah.
But no, yesterday. Well, I only have one side of the story, but I want to tell the story from the side of how I imagine it being.
Okay.
So we'll just say there's a boy named Timmy.
Okay.
So Timmy woke up yesterday morning all excited because it was his birthday.
Uh-huh.
So he went to school, and he couldn't wait to get home because he wanted to see what he got for his birthday and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
So Timmy's all pumped up. He's ready. It's gift day.
Yeah.
This is my day.
Yeah.
So Timmy comes home from school. He opens the door and the family's on there. Surprise! Happy birthday, Timmy! Woo!
Yeah.
He's all, yes, what I get.
Uh-huh.
And they all point down to their TV and, surprise, Timmy, we got you a new Xbox. He's like, yes! And then he's standing there. And then he starts looking around in a slight daze of confusion.
Okay.
And something's missing.
Out of the box, or?
Well,
okay, go ahead.
So he turns to his parents and asks them a question.
Uh-huh.
And now I'll come back to that later because yesterday Brendan calls me at work, right? And so he's all, hey, I was just taking the trash out, and I saw this box sitting out there with all these cords.
Okay.
So he opens it up, and it's an old PS3 with a bunch of games.
Okay.
So he's all, well, I look around, I took it, I brought it home, hook it up, thing works perfect. Okay. All the games work.
Yeah.
So now we know what Timmy was looking for.
So somewhere out there, Timmy's going, hey, what happened to my PS3?
Thanks for the Xbox, but hey, wait a minute. Where's my PS3? Oh, we threw that away, Timmy.
Because we got you a new Xbox. What do you need to do?
What? So, at that point, Timmy's day was kind of screwed. But Brent got a new PS3, so now he has the PS3 and the PS4 and a bunch of old games.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, and it works perfect too.
Poor Timmy. That was his birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Timmy.
Happy birthday, Timmy, wherever you are. Enjoy your new Xbox.
So I don't know if that's how it actually happened, but that's how I like to imagine it.
Yeah, I like that.
And he probably didn't even get any games to go with the new Xbox, so it's just sitting there.
Thanks, Father.
I hate you. I hate you all. I don't love you anymore.
Oh gosh. All right, hockey news, Howie. I don't have any hockey news.
No, there was something I had, but I don't remember what it was.
That's
and
all right.
Mistakenly, I didn't save it.
That's all right. Because the biggest news right now is the playoffs are on. And man, we're getting a lot of good quality hockey. But before we go into that, I want to talk about last week's show.
Oh yeah.
After watching it,
your boo boo.
yeah, the couple boo boos. One of the first ones was the Josh Bailey goal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I said, didn't you see that goal? It was the first goal of the night. When I watched it back, I was going, first goal of the night? No, I don't think so. That was like the third goal. Yeah. And then when we were talking about having people subscribe, I was going, yeah, if you just go over to this corner right here, you'll click on chart. Well, no.
It's right here.
It's right over there. Underneath Howie, it's over there. That's where you got to go. And I'm pointing to some blank spot in the screen.
Right here.
But, hey, when we do this show, and I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, but we're running on zero sleep. The both of us are.
Yeah. Oh, which I wanted to point that out too, because John's wife made a comment about how we were not enthusiastic enough, supposedly.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, the listeners and viewers they got to understand that we're doing this basically on my end of the country.
Yeah.
We're starting this at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I get home from work anywhere between 3:30 and 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. And I, being on the East Coast, we're beginning this at around 11:30 in the morning. And I get off at 7:30 in the morning. So, and then, and I'm preparing for the show before that, and I'm, so I'm running on fumes by the time we're actually recording this.
Right, yeah, I probably get like an hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep, and then I'm up again.
Yeah. So there you go.
And then on top of that, I'm working 2 full-time jobs, so.
And now 3 with this one.
Yeah, 3 with this.
Yeah. So there you go. I'm not making excuses. We're just learning this whole YouTube thing. So eventually I'll get the correct corner. Correct. It's over here. It's over there, and underneath Howie.
You should hang a little arrow on your microphone there.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah. All right, let's get into this. And first I want to say this because we had a series end last night. And we'll get to the game, but I have to, as much as it's just hard for me to say it, but I have to congratulate the Anaheim Ducks.
That's why I won't say it.
Yeah, I have to congratulate the Anaheim Ducks for sweeping that series against Winnipeg. I I did pick them in my bracket, so they kept my bracket alive. But I really thought Winnipeg would do a lot better in that series, and so hats off to the Ducks. They move on, and now let's get into business here. So let's start with the Montreal-Ottawa series, Howie. And again, I want to go back to last week's show. We want to start off there because something happened in Game 1, which
right. That with the whole the PK Subban slash incident thing. I don't understand why there was no suspension. There should have been a suspension. I'm glad at this point that I'm glad Ottawa won last night to stay alive.
Yeah.
But they should have. Right now, the series should be either 3-1 Ottawa or at least tied 2-2. At least tied 2-2, because I think I think that game 2, I think Subban had actually the game winner.
Yeah.
So had he not been there, that goal never would have been scored.
Right.
But I still think he shouldn't be playing. It was a dirty, cheap shot by him, and I don't understand why there was no suspension. The puck was clearly not anywhere near.
Yeah, it wasn't
anywhere for. So there was no need for that slash to even to occur.
Right. Yeah, and I agree. But it is what it is now. Here we go. Montreal leads the series 3-1 now, going into Game 5, and
right,
which will be tonight at 7.
No, they played. No, they played.
That was last night. So Friday night.
So it'll be tomorrow. Friday night.
Friday night at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. But Montreal has been playing well. And it has been a good series to watch. Ottawa
has. I don't know that series and Anaheim series. Just I don't know. I get angry watching those two games. Those two series.
I know, but we have to talk about them.
Yeah, I know.
It is.
My dog's like driving me nuts right now. Yeah.
So Montreal leads that series 3-1. We go into Game 5 on Friday, and I'm hoping that Ottawa stays alive. I have Montreal winning that series in my bracket.
I have Ottawa, so I already lost to Winnipeg because I had Winnipeg beating Anaheim.
Yeah.
So the two series that are pissing me off the most are the ones where I'm going to be losing teams also.
Well, all right. So that's the Montreal-Ottawa series. Let's move on to this series. And although it seems really unbalanced because New York is up 3-1, Pittsburgh's been playing really well. They've been playing New York pretty well.
Yeah.
But the Rangers are just.
Yeah, I haven't seen. Yeah, the only
good.
series I haven't really seen much of is the New York Pittsburgh series and the Detroit Tampa Bay series. I've not seen really anything. Only because the time.
Right, I got you. But the Rangers are great. The Rangers are just great. But Pittsburgh has been playing them well, and I think going into Friday night's game is going to be a big game for Pittsburgh. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of team we get. But I think New York is ready to finish it up and move on.
Yeah, I'm sure they will too. It's just Pittsburgh's not
Well,
the team they
Pittsburgh's been
used.
having problems with their power play.
No, they're not the team. Yeah, they're not the team they used to be.
So no, they're not, and they're getting a lot of penalty problems. They're
Yeah,
always in the box. So those are the things that they've been having problems with. If they can stay out of the box, I think they have the speed and stuff to keep up with New York.
right.
They just need to really stay out of the box, and that's what kills them. That's what kills them. Then we have the Detroit Tampa Bay series.
Yeah, that's the other one I haven't really seen anything of, so I can't really comment too much on that.
All right, and Detroit's up 2-1. There's a game for tonight. So, and it's been pretty even series. Both teams playing really well.
Yeah,
And I don't think I don't know. I can't remember who I chose. I think I got Tampa Bay in that series.
I think actually I think we have a small clip of one of our roving reporters interviewing in the Rangers locker room. Actually,
Oh, do we? Can we go to that?
I think I think that yeah. Hang on, let me see if I could. Yeah, here it is.
What's the hardest series you've been in the playoffs? Well, I think the series of 1928 was the Montreal Maroons, the hardest series I've ever in. You're certainly a veteran of veteran. I believe you've been picked on the All-Star team for 3 years of it. Which city would you sooner be in? Well, I think I'd rather play in Montreal.
There it is.
I think that I think I don't know. Martin St. Louis looked kind of aged in that clip there.
Well, that was an exclusive interview.
Yeah, well, it was real short, but yeah, it looked kind of rather aged.
Yeah, so Detroit Tampa Bay series, game 4 tonight. It's going to be a good game. I think they're both pretty evenly matched, and anything can happen at this point. And then
Yeah.
the Washington Islander games series.
That's been a good series.
That has been a really good series, but Washington's really surprised me. They play the Islanders really well.
Yeah.
Which kind of, if the Islanders make it past Washington, which now I don't know, I really felt confident in the beginning that they would.
Yeah, I had Washington. Yeah, I picked Washington to win the series.
Did you really?
Hmm.
Well,
I have Washington winning that series.
I felt really confident that the Islanders were going to have an easy time in that series, but it has been very even, very, very good series to watch. It's been exciting. One of the best, I think.
No, I think because I think that one of the only reasons I picked Washington to win that series is basically towards the end of the season they kind of turned things around. They were playing a lot better hockey towards the very end of the season.
Yeah. They were, but so were the Islanders. The Islanders, I thought, were right up there.
Well, actually, towards the end, both the Islanders and Pittsburgh started dropping off.
No.
That's where the Rangers basically came out of nowhere.
Well, the Rangers have been hot for a long time, though.
Right. You look at the standings all through the season. It was basically Pittsburgh and the Islanders on top for at least more at least 80% of the time. They were up on one and two.
Right. Right.
And then, like World Team Tennis, the Rangers just came out of nowhere.
Well, it's been a good series, and they play tonight at 7 for Game 5.
Yeah, which that'll be a good game to watch.
It'll probably be one of the best of the night. I'd watch it.
And I'm curious too because that now the Caps are wearing their throwback unis. I'm curious now if they plan on bringing those back.
I don't know.
I would love to see them bring back those uniforms.
Yeah, me too. I like them. All right. So before we go on to the East, we had a few shows.
You mean in the West?
The West. I'm sorry.
West.
A few shows back, we had a special guest on the show from It Works, Beth Duff, and so she has a little promotion going on right now. Buy one, get one free, and it's only for today. They have to order today by midnight Central Time. A box of 4 wraps for $59, and you can take advantage of that if you go to www.bethdduff.myitworks.com and sign up as a loyal customer, and you can get that deal of 4 wraps for $59. That's pretty cool stuff. Those are the wraps that you and I tried on. Yeah. So, yeah, check it out. All right. In the West, I keep saying the East.
West.
The West. Let's start off with the St. Louis, Minnesota series. Last night's game was really tough, Howie. I feel for you. But
that was just an ugly.
It really
ugly
was.
game.
But St. Louis came to play. They
did.
To play.
But,
they played really good hockey.
I only hope that if you go back, I don't know how many shows, this would go back probably in February when Minnesota picked up Dubnyk.
Yeah.
Where I mentioned and referred to him as a spare tire.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that.
And they're going to write him out for as long as he can.
Right.
I just hope that last night's game was not where that donut finally popped.
No, I think he just had an off night.
Yeah, well,
I really do.
I think too he's tired because he's played every game since the day they picked him up.
Yeah, they've been riding him hard.
So I'm hoping that I don't know who they plan on starting for the next game. I would actually like to see them put Dubnyk back in.
So would I. I think that they should.
Just to give him a boost of confidence.
I think they should.
But well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I think he deserves to start. I mean,
yeah,
you have one bad game,
right.
But we'll see what happens. I mean, I hope I'm wrong as far as my analysis or my suspicions, but
right. And I think my prediction was that this series would probably be one of the best in the first round.
Yeah, I think I had it going 6. So
yeah,
Wild have to win these next 2, and then we'll be done.
Right. So
I have plenty of confidence for them to win this next game back in St. Louis because they are one of the better road teams in the league.
Yeah,
especially towards the end of the season, they play very well on the road. So if they could win this game on Saturday, I think they can come back and
Friday night.
Or yeah, Friday night. They can come back then Sunday and then close out the series and be done.
Right. So, but Fridays. Friday night's going to
for
be a
the
big
fans
night
too,
for
for
them.
to finish up.
Friday
Yeah.
night's going to be big. It'll probably be one of the better games that night.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, that game last night was just horribly ugly.
it was. But St. Louis was. They came to play. They were so much faster and so much better down low. The problem Minnesota was having was just trying to generate chances. They looked slow, and I think it's because St. Louis was just so much faster last night.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't generate anything.
No. They had a tough time getting out of the neutral zone. They had a hard time. I mean, even they had hardly had any opportunities within the St. Louis zone at all.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's turned out to be a great series, and Game 5 should be very exciting, and that's on Friday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, which will be on NBC Sportsnet.
Yes.
And it's awesome seeing all these games on TV. I know
Well,
you have a little bit of a different issue because a lot
Yeah,
of...
because my one issue which irritates me is I mean I don't like watching the Ducks, but I like watching Winnipeg, and I keep getting blacked out. I've only been able to watch one game so far.
Yeah, that's wrong. That was just wrong.
Yeah, I mean even through and the reason behind that is because I'm not home, so I can't watch it. So I got to watch these games at work.
Right.
So I got to use the NBC Sports Extra app.
Right.
And I keep getting blacked out from that, for the exception of one game. I mean, to me, it's playoff hockey.
Yeah, let it ride. Yeah, that's what I think.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, nobody should be missing playoff hockey.
So, boo on you, NBC. Boo on you, NHL, for blacking anybody out from these games.
All right, so let's see. The Nashville-Chicago series. Nashville.
That's been a very good game.
It's been a very good series.
Even though I picked Chicago to win this, I've been pulling behind Nashville the whole series.
Yeah, and they've been playing Chicago pretty well.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that the series isn't tied. I'm surprised that they're not. I'm surprised. Because I think Nashville's better than what we see in the numbers.
Yeah, they are. They're a deeper team too.
Yeah. So I kind of like that matchup. I like the series. I still think that Nashville can. Well, we'll find out tonight. They play tonight at 9:30 Eastern. So it's a big night for Nashville tonight. I think they need to.
But I've been surprised though too at the play of their backup, Chicago's backup goalie Darling. He's been playing really well.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Which in a way too, I'm kind of glad, because I've said in the past, I know that, I view Crawford as he's overrated. Crawford is overrated. He's not this great goaltender. He's average.
Well, what's his well, before the playoffs? Do you have that available?
His stats?
Yeah, before the playoffs, going into the end of the regular season.
I don't know if the stats I would pull up on here would be
right. That's okay. I was just curious.
No, actually, if I look up now, it's only giving me playoff stats on NHL.com.
Yeah. That's okay. That's cool.
Yeah, it's not giving me the regular season stats.
Right. All right, but the series has been great. I think Nashville is better than what their numbers show. I think we're going to see a great Game 5 tonight.
Right.
And Nashville, it's a do or die game for them, so it should be a really good game.
Excuse me.
So, Anaheim Winnipeg series, Howie. This series is over. I know it's hard for me to talk about too, but it is what it is. They sweep Winnipeg. I'm really surprised Winnipeg didn't get a game.
Well, and this is what gets me. I mean, in all but this last game. So the first 3 games, Winnipeg has gone into the third period with a lead. Winnipeg's gone in the third period with a lead.
Yeah.
They should have won those first 3 games. So right now it should be 3-1 Winnipeg. Anaheim should be with their backs against the wall right now on the edge of being eliminated. But the one stat that I heard, which was interesting, was that the league average for teams to come back and win a game in the third period after trailing after 2 is 15%. Anaheim has been been playing at 35% down after 2 periods.
Yeah.
That I think is the big difference.
Right.
Is that their play in the third period has been outstanding.
Yeah.
In Winnipeg's failure to hold them off in the closing period is just it's like they're going in the third period with this eagle basically saying we've got this, we're going to win,
right,
and they ease up and back off.
Yeah, I really feel for their fans. It's been a long time since Winnipeg was in the play. What was 96?
96.
Yeah. So it was nice to see them in. It's just hard to see them go out so soon. I thought they would at least get a game. I thought they were better than what we saw here. And like you said, they probably should have been up 3-1. And it is what it is. And Anaheim moves on, so congrats to them. And now they get a little break.
Yeah. And I kind of hope, because sometimes it's not a good thing to sweep, only because that rest will.
Well, it's either
take that wind of gusto out.
Well, it could, or it could help you. I don't know.
Right.
It could be debated, but
right.
The fact is, they move on, and Winnipeg gets to go hit the golf course.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But I am glad, though, moving into this next series with Calgary and Vancouver. Calgary, I think, if anyone can beat Anaheim, it will be Calgary.
Calgary has been such a surprise for me.
Which I think will be a news story only because of Jonas Hiller.
Yeah.
Because it'll kind of be a nice revenge on his part to be able to go in there and beat them.
Right. Right.
So right now that's what I'm hoping for. They can finish up the series with Vancouver, move on, and get rid of Anaheim.
Yeah. And at the beginning of this series, I wanted Calgary to lose so bad, only because I was so mad at them. But after watching the games, I've really found myself rooting them on. Man, they are good. They're just good.
Yeah.
And I think they are starting to peak right at the right time. And that game is on tonight, too. They could finish up the series tonight against Vancouver at 10 o'clock Eastern. I hope they do, because I think that Calgary-Anaheim series will be...
I think it'll be a good series, and I think Calgary will give them a good run. If anyone's going to beat Anaheim and get them out of here, it'll be them.
Yeah. So go Calgary. So Howie, that's it for today. We went through it all. Amazing. So with that, we just want to thank you all for watching and listening to our podcast. You can catch us at www.thepuckdropshere.com. Email us, tweet us, Facebook us. They can get a hold of us all over. Please subscribe
us right
over there underneath Howie. I'm pointing the correct way this time. It's right over there underneath Howie. Click on the little thing under chart over there, and you can subscribe and be a part of what this is. And you have anything else, Howie?
Negative, not at this time, no.
Okay. So we will catch you all next week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Enjoy the games tonight, and we'll see you probably right inside the second round. We'll be inside the second round.
Yeah. We should. So we should.
Yeah. So we'll see you then. Have a good time. Enjoy the games. We bid you all adieu.
Taka.